Hello and welcome to this second video on meditation. And I got another book to recommend, this one again by Mr. Alan Wallace. There's also a lady, but I can't remember her name for the life of me. And I recommend her as well, and maybe I'll do another video on meditation for resources. I just wanted to do some last things to point out. Number one, even though meditation is more identified with Buddhists and other kind of religions like that, it is not anti-Christian, it is not satanic, it is not evil. It allows you to develop neuroplasticity and neurogenesis within your mind, which means that your brain is actually developing new cells and is changing, literally changing and rewiring, allowing you to increase focus, to reduce stress. There's a lot of advantages to it. You are instructed in the Bible, the normal King James Version Bible that I'm referring to, you are instructed to meditate, even though the actual instructions for meditation are not included within the scriptures, to my knowledge. And I know the Bible, the King James Derivative Bible, pretty well, so this is a good thing for you to do, and it's really for your benefit to meditate, even though you might have to learn it from religions that may not be your own. There's something else I was going to say and I forgot. Anyway, a couple things I wanted to point out. I got to stretch my legs out. This is the second take, so I've been sitting here for a little while. Sorry that it was so rushed in the last video. I got 15 minutes worth of time. I've got a Canon PowerShot 8562, something like that. And I have like a 4 gig SD card. Need something bigger at some point, but for now I use what I have, and I wouldn't want too much of a bigger card anyway, because then I'd have huge giant videos I wouldn't be able to upload very easily to YouTube. As it is right now, I just upload them and then re-download them, because YouTube will automatically do the compression and everything. So I gotta do this, but at some point, might be a year, might be 6 months, it's not going to be fast more than likely, although I won't create that reality for you. It could be fast for you. Some people learn faster than others, so it may be. All possibilities exist, anything's possible. But it'll most likely take you a little bit of time to where the breath has gotten so fine. It actually, you decrease your use of oxygen as you meditate for a while, and I've noticed this in myself, that I'll get to a point where I'm barely breathing at all. I mean, if somebody came in here and looked at me, they'd probably barely see my chest moving and see any breath action going on at all. And I'm not in a trance state. My mind is active and engaged on its meditation object, which is the breath. But that's what happens. Eventually it becomes so fine that you can barely even detect it, and that's where you have to keep working at trying to detect it as best you can wherever it's coming in. If you're going through your nose, you can lick your finger and put a dot on your lip or something to help if you need to do that. You just really have to work hard at making sure you're paying attention to the breath as it comes into the body. But at some point, as he describes in this book, and the thing that I was so excited about, the last part that I needed, I guess an image will appear to you. It could be a sun, a moon, could be any number of different things, but it'll be some sort of image that without you summoning it, it'll just appear in your mind. I want to experiment with this starting tomorrow. I'm going to write it down on my calendar and keep track of it, but this image will appear in your mind, and when it does, you didn't bring it up yourself, it just appears there, whatever it might be, and it can be any number of things, so don't judge or criticize it. If it appears, what you do is now you start focusing on that image. And when the image goes away, you return to focusing on your breath. And that is the correct way. I'm going to go against McCarthy's teachings here. That is the correct way to get to the point where you could go through the inner flame, as she describes here, and go to the inner landscapes and inner realms and work. That's the correct way to meditate. And that's the point you'll need to be at to be able to do that. And my guess is what you'll have to do is, whatever the image is, you'll either walk through it or you'll go towards it or something. And my experience with the inner landscapes is you don't summon it. It's just like this image is supposed to appear to you. It'll come around you, but what it'll be like somebody has taken you and picked you up and plopped you down into another area, some other landscape or scenery. That's what it'll be like. You'll see it around your periphery. It'll be all around you, just like a real place, like right here where I'm talking to you. And then you'll be in the inner landscape, and then you'll be ready to work. And this practice of focusing on the breath, relaxation, and attentiveness will help develop vividness, so that what you see there is very clear and just as real to you there as your normal physical reality is to you outside of meditation. So that'll be my guess, and I'll experiment with this and make another video with better instructions, but that would be the recommended way. I do not recommend ever, from my own personal experience, I do not recommend doing the inner flame water and trying to focus on this forced image. I was wondering why I was having problems. I kind of plateaued, and I didn't know what to do next, and I was having problems with vividness. And I was wondering why I couldn't progress. I wanted to go to the inner library. I want to go to these places that she describes in this magical knowledge book I showed you in the last video. I don't know that I consider myself a magician, but I seem to be drawn a little bit to shamanic workings and to the earth magic or earth path, working with the land. And I'm kind of curious about that stuff, but I wasn't getting anywhere. It's just so hard. And then every once in a while, well, not every once in a while, most of the time, when I had my inner flame and water I was focusing on it, then Henny would show up in the water, Dolphin, and you know, want my attention, want me to come and work with him. So it's just very hard to separate my meditation time from this. So I think this will help in all of that. I don't have, I thought I had some more stuff to say, but I don't remember right now what it was. But the main point is to work on your attentiveness, so breath, counting, mantra, candle flame, incense stick. Find something that works the best and easiest for you to focus on. It's something that you're going to be focusing on for a, long periods of time. And let the thoughts come as they will, and return your focus as soon as you remember back to the object. At some point, it'll be, you'll be kind of drawn away into other thoughts, but you'll still remember the object, and it'll be more like a rubber band. You'll be able to bounce back and focus back on your object. No criticizing, no judgment, just kind of flow there. But just come back to your object. And eventually, those things won't pull you away, and you'll be focused on your object completely. And now he's recommending, in these books, he's recommending hours of time. I don't have hours of time. I don't know about you. I'll be lucky to do a half hour 2 times a day, so maybe an hour a day total, half-hour segments. But if you can spend more time doing that, then it'll be a good benefit to you. You need to do this every day at a consistent time every day. Even if you don't have time to meditate during your normal time because something unexpected happens, sit down and meditate for a few minutes and honor the time. Do not judge and do not criticize. And I think that's pretty much all I'm going to say here, and I'll do a third video with some more information later. Maybe even do just a video of walking through a guided meditation without all the weird music and all that kind of stuff going on. So we'll see what happens.